And look who we got here.
How you doing?
Pretty good, although I'm dragging ass, but...
Used to be when you walked by this area, you'd smell coconut.
Yeah?
Because all the sunbathers would be there and they'd spread coconut oil on themselves.
Oh, wow. Right on.
I think we used to call it Coconut Beach or something like that. Everybody knew it by the smell.
Yeah. This is a pretty sweet park.
Yeah, and so for my entire life, it's been an exercise spot. And somewhere right over there is Greg's Cycle that opened up back in the 60s, and you could rent a bicycle and ride around. And then in the 70s, they started renting roller skates.
Ah.
The big polyethylene wheels.
Right.
And that was real popular for a long time.
Hi, y'all. So I'm at mile 6,126 plus 125. And yeah, Steve came on down to walk that mile with me.
Yes, I managed to find you.
Yeah. And it's just so freaking beautiful. Well, here, look.
I always think it's just a little bit OCD that you'll take a bus back to where you last were walking and then start walking from there again. But because I'm kind of like, it's all about the journey and you can get there however you get there. But apparently that's very important to you.
Yeah, no, walking every single step, because every single step is excruciating. And every single step is me saying, fuck fibro. Me saying, fuck being stuck in bed.
So this is Green Lake, which is right in the middle of north end of Seattle. It's totally surrounded by residences, and the Highway 99, the state highway, goes by one side of it. So even though it looks real peaceful and natural, it's very much in the middle of the city. Very popular for walking around because, like I was telling Seth, I think it's 3.2 miles around. So it's a very doable walk for somebody that can walk more than a mile. And a lot of people get out and do it.
Yes.
And if you're in Seattle and you don't have a chance to walk a mile with Seth, I definitely recommend coming down here and walking. There's people, you can come by here at 4 in the morning and there are people jogging around this path. It's always busy.
Right on. That's pretty sweet.
That's the old gray heron. Aqua Theater right up ahead, Sept.
Oh, right on. Well, that puts me at mile 5,127 plus 126, thanks to you adding on another mile.
That's right.
Thank you so much. So, what did you think of the walk?
It seemed a lot shorter than I thought it would be. I don't know. A mile it's about the distance from your house to the store. I mean, it's not that far. And yet getting out of the house and walking instead of driving or having stuff delivered is going to be a lot healthier for everybody.
Right.
You know, and especially if you have a illness like fibro or any of the other ones that all of the people that are walking a mile, anything they have, including anxiety or depression, getting out of the house and breathing is going to be good for your mental state too. And of course there's magic.
That's pretty awesome.
Yeah. I think what you're doing is great, and even though a mile is not difficult for me, I don't get out a lot. I should be walking more. So and I haven't been to Green Lake in I don't know how long, and this used to be a place I came regularly. So
okay,
this
it's
is
really
good.
beautiful.
It is
really beautiful, guys. Really beautiful.
Yeah.
And then of course seeing that heron, that's cool as shit. Yeah. So the body's kicking my ass, and I got 5.5 miles to hit the ferry. I need to be there by 7:50 so I can make it on time to catch the other ferry to get there by like 9 something in Port Orchard. That's not gonna happen. There's just no way. My body's just like, no. My shoulders are fucking killing, and I'm looking at this pack going, fuck. So Steve once again offered me another night to stay at his place, and then he's gonna drop me off here tomorrow, and then I'll be able to complete the 5.5 miles I need to make it to the ferry and get over to Port Orchard. And I can actually get there, you know, like late afternoon tomorrow. Yeah. And look at this, guys. Here's my ride. See, it truly is magic everywhere I go, or everywhere that I am. There's magic all around. This is pretty fucking awesome. Right on.
I'll show you my magic VW.
This is pretty freaking sweet. Here, let me take a little walk around.
It's not 50 years old. It's 49 and a half.
Oh, really? This is pretty freaking sweet. Right on.
Here he is, lifting that heavy pack.
Fuck. We even got a sunroof.
Yeah, exactly. Which is why I haven't gotten rid of this one and gotten something else that's a little better, because I could find one that's got a better body, you know, not as rusty and stuff.
Wow.
But it wouldn't have a sunroof.
Yeah.
And that is
Yeah.
the coolest part of this thing.
So right here is to open up the gas cap, which is right there. That's pretty awesome. And as always, where are you? It's your hit. Don't make me smoke all this weed by myself.
Come walk a mile with Seth. He'll show you magic.
Guys, I challenge you to come walk 1 mile with me, and I will show you magic. Keep watching, I'll keep showing you the magic. Much love and much peace to you all. thank you so much for allowing me to come back to your place again. Yeah. I just wasn't going to make it to the ferry on time. And
now you're back where you left off, and it's before noon.
Yeah.
So you've got
plenty of time. Plenty of time to get to where I need to get to. Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
Happy travels.
Fuck yeah. Thank you. Thank you. All right. Well, time for me to strap on this pack and make my way.
Okay, yeah, different vehicle than yesterday.
Yeah. Hell yeah. I'm walking down to Tijuana. You guys will be in the episode. There's a jelly. Ooh, and a little fish. Another little fish. That's pretty sweet.
So we could rent a paddle boat, and I could be the only one to paddle a mile with Sept, and it would be a lot quieter out in the middle of the lake.
Yeah.
But that wouldn't necessarily get you to where you want, because you want to wind up a mile down the road.
That's where I'm supposed to, but I'm also looking at
I
time.
don't want to go without saying that it's not just an urban legend. At one point, Led Zeppelin did play right there at the Aqua Theater, and I believe Jimi Hendrix opened for him. So,
oh wow,
yeah, it was way back when both of these bands were not that big a deal, and getting them booked in a theater like this was kind of an accomplishment, and they were both very happy to come and do it. It was built in 1962 for the Seattle World's Fair, so they could do the water ballet and things like that. They would have a arena for that.
Right on.